but do not worry for me. We have a slave nurse that is taking care of us. She takes care of us from morning until night, caring for all of us as if we are her own sons. She takes care of us with the same tender and kind and loving hands you would. Do not worry for us, because we are in the hands of God. Your loving son, Asa. Emma Stevens would die on August 16, 1864 of disease. August 16th, or July 16th, July 16th, 1864. She was buried just south of Marietta in the 17th Army Corps Hospital. On July 16th, 1867, 3 years exactly to the date of her death, she was brought to the Marietta National Cemetery, and she's buried on a hill right there. Still today, she is still overlooking all the young men that she took care of 150 years ago. So that'll be our first story that we're going to tell. And I know you look up and you say, boy, these men are dressed really weird, right? No? Well, this is a Civil War reproduction uniform. It's made of wool. I got a wool coat. Now, the men called these sack coats because they were only made in 4 sizes. So they looked like and felt like they were wearing sacks. Got 4 buttons. Got wool pants. I've got a cotton undershirt and cotton underdrawers. Wool socks. Wool, the reason they used wool was it was very plentiful, very inexpensive to make the uniform, and wool would last forever. It would last for a long time, 3 to 5 months out on campaign. But wool has a property that's very unique and helpful. When you start to perspire, you get your inside shirt very wet. It gets the inside of the wool coat wet. So wool starts to dry from the inside out, and it helps to air condition my skin. It pulls the moisture away from me in the summertime to cool me down, and it pulls the moisture away from me in the wintertime to keep me warm. So it's very, very useful. And another thing, we're around a lot of open fires. We cook over an open flame. We actually have a campfire to keep us warm at night. Wool will not burn up. It'll not flame up. If a spark gets on my wool coat, it'll just smolder a little bit. I have a chance to put it out. And then I can take my housewife. I got to bring my housewife on campaign with me. My sewing kit. My housewife. I have a thread, needle, a little bit extra cloth, so I can keep my uniform in good repair. And you think that the Civil War had nothing to do with you 150 years ago, right? Right. Some of the terminology that is used that was started in the Civil War we still use today. Housewife is one of those. Now, do we have any University of Georgia football fans? A couple? How about Georgia Tech? Okay. Alabama? Okay. Do you know that all the fight songs from those 3 schools come from Civil War songs that were turned into modern-day fight songs for the schools? So when you hear those songs now being played, you can tell everybody that was originally a Civil War song. It was written during the Civil War. Now, you like my hat. I like this hat because it's very broad brim, and as a farmer from Ohio, it keeps me dry, keeps the bugs off from the front of my face and the back, and the rain doesn't get down in the back of my coat. This hat is so hard and so shellacked that I can throw it on the ground at night and sleep on it to keep me off the ground, to keep my ears from getting wet, my throat from getting sore, and keep me from getting the croup, as they call it, the uncontrollable cough. Now, the Army would issue us a hat, this hat, and